to steal, kill, and destroy Nigeria. We have seen evidence of the stealing. The money that they said they took for subsidy to turn Nigeria around, and they are still borrowing money. We have seen the evidence of the killing. The terrorists that they have constantly protected and empowered Nigerians. And now, this is another evidence of them destroying the country. Because explain to me and tell me how Yahaya Bello, a man that is standing trial for money laundering and other financial related offenses, worth over 200 billion, is that same person that is representing the party of the president, APC, for the Kogi Central Senatorial seat. Explain to me. If Tinubu is not destroying the country, how does he allow this to happen? Is it that the law is blind when the person, the offender, is in your party? You see, this is what I mean. Because very, very soon, there's no penalty for stealing the country's wealth. The country's fund, the country's resources, so long you belong to APC. How do I explain to my Chinese friends? Because here in China, a public office holder, if you are found in any fraudulent and financial crime that involve the country money, then they buy you the next day. But anyways, let's move on. Yahaya Bello, in 2024, on the 18th of April, he was declared wanted by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission office. As you can see, EFCC declared Yahaya Bello wanted. The Economic and Financial Crime EFCC, April 18, 2024, declared the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, wanted in connection with alleged money laundering. So the police states there. Now, if you read down, let's look at the money. The money is 80,246,470,089 naira. This was the first case. And this same person will be ballot. 2026, January 16, 2026, as you can see, alleged 110.4 billion fraud. EFCC tenders fresh bank record against Yahaya Bello. This same 2026, this man, Yahaya Bello, is going to be on the ballot, representing the president's party, APC, to fight for Kogi senatorial seat. This same person, this same man that carried $760,000, how $760,000 school fees were paid in advance. How many schools did for Kogi when he was the governor? Kogi is one of the poorest states in Nigeria. The people live in abject poverty in Kogi State. Yahaya Bello had every opportunity to turn that state around. What did he do? He stole their wealth. But instead of the government to set an example that our country should not be destroyed, this same government is enabling him and putting him on the ballot. So tell me what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have to offer, if not to steal, watch them kill us, and to destroy. Because this will go further to destroy Nigeria. Because you are not, what you are doing now is, even Okowa, the same thing. There were charges against Okowa for money laundering as well. The same Okowa again go contest against Ned. And they are saying that he won, even though Ned is saying that he did not win. Now let me tell you the funniest part. Yahaya Bello might win because of Asiwaju and because of APC. Because Asiwaju wants to collect everywhere. He does not care. They will try so hard for Yahaya Bello to win. And also, they go on show Natasha Pepe, obviously. Because throughout last year, she was on their throats, going to different countries to say, they did this, they did that, fighting Akpabio left, right, and center. They'll say, you, he has more chances. See the kind of country where Tinubu don't build. See what Tinubu have done Nigeria into. I'm not saying you should vote for Natasha because, personally, for me, I feel she's too emotional to even be a politician because all those things where she did that time, it was so irrelevant. He touched my breast, he touched my hand, she do this and do this and do that one. What I expected her to do, she don't want there. Yes, I expected her to say, Akpabio stole XYZ. This is the receipt, this is the document. But she's not so far from them because that period, what I expected her to do when she don't do, she could not do it because her husband was a close friend to Akpabio. So whatever thing when we rob her husband, when we rob Akpabio, we must rob her husband. So she could not go deep. She was just staying on it. This is one when it concerns us. If Akpabio touch your yansh, I don't want to benefit Nigeria. Tell us one way to benefit us. But we know secret this person, they chop our country wealth. They go UN, they go talk this one, they go talk. Bring receipts. You know what they do. That's why I don't think she's really different from them, to be very, very honest. And all those things she was doing there, I feel like this one just won't blackmail them. Maybe because she wants this one, they don't give her. She wants, and not because that's for me. I don't think her as a politician when do what she do. I felt like she was just favored the position at the end of the day. And also, I cannot think of one thing where they will say Natasha do for the state as well. To be very, very honest, it's just my humble opinion. I can't. Apart from all this charity, at the end of the day. But guess what? She no thief the money. To the best of my knowledge, she no thief 80 billion. She no pay $760,000 at advance for her children's school fees. There's another fresh case again of over 100 and something billion. She didn't do all of this. And again, why is Yahaya Bello even on that poll for senator? Waiting Yahaya Bello get to offer them. He had the highest position of the state, which is the governor. He could not do anything. Now, senator, he won't do something. Who na help you see this country now? If Yahaya Bello could not achieve anything as a governor, so why is he trying to get the senatorial seat? What can you do for the people when you don't do as a governor? What will remain? You had 8 years. 8 good years. It's a shame, honestly, that this same person now one day ballot to contest for what do you want to do when you don't do as if for 8 years. You had the highest power in the state. Instead, you steal the country's wealth. But of course, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and APC will allow him. See Okowa case that time. They say Okowa carry 1.something trillion for diversion. Diversion, because there's no way. Diversion and money laundering must work hand in hand. As soon as he joined APC, that case go. Like I said, APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what they can do for that country is obvious. The results are there. Let me see when they talk these things. They are there to steal, watch Boko Haram and terrorists kill us and destroy the country. And to be very, very honest, the destruction will double if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come back for 2027. That's just the truth. All of this, no be propaganda, no be narrative, no be this. It is there. This is not fact. And I work on facts. I'm on the price of food. Farmers cannot go to farm. That's why foods are expensive. And why can't they go to farm? Because of Boko Haram bandits that the government have enabled. Because how you want to tell me, say Boko Haram pass your power to handle? Anyways, peace and love, don't play. But the worst thing Kogi would do is to have Yahaya Bello as a senator.
Imagine living in a state where, you're just struggling daily to survive. And then you hear a former governor allegedly drops $760,000 in cash, like in advance, just for his kids' school fees. I mean, welcome.
Yeah, that is a wildly specific and huge number to start with.
Right. Very dark black man. And we're looking at it alongside narrative theory from this text called The Art of Narrative Engagement.
And just to jump in right off the bat, We really need to make it clear that we aren't taking political sides here or, endorsing these viewpoints at all. We are strictly impartially reporting the claims made in these sources.
Exactly. We're just analyzing the original material because we want to see what happens when massive financial allegations collide with public trust. So let's get into the sheer scale of this.
The numbers are, frankly, staggering. The video focuses heavily on former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello.
Okay, let's unpack this.
So the EFCC declared him wanted back in April 2024 for over 80 billion naira in alleged money laundering.
80 billion. Wow.
Yeah, and then they tacked on a fresh 110.4 billion naira fraud case in January 2026.
Which is just, 110 billion naira is almost abstract. You can't even picture that amount of money.
You really can't.
Yeah.
But the source actually grounds this by contrasting those astronomical figures with the daily reality in Kogi State, where citizens are living in abject poverty.
It's like the manager of a bankrupt company, giving themselves this massive cash bonus while the actual workers are literally starving on the factory floor.
That's a perfect analogy. The art of narrative engagement reminds us stories have to be educative, and this one illustrates this complete fracture of the social contract.
But you don't just hide 110 billion naira under a mattress. You need systemic protection to pull that off and actually stay out of a jail cell.
Absolutely. And according to the video, that protection comes in the form of political affiliation, specifically joining the ruling APC party.
Yeah, the commentator makes it sound less like a political strategy and more like, a political witness protection program. You join the ruling party and suddenly you get this new identity with built-in legal immunity.
Which is exactly what the video argues, that there is essentially zero penalty for plundering state wealth as long as you're wearing the right party colors. They bring up the Sokoa example.
Wait, the one accused of diverting 1 trillion naira.
Yes, a staggering 1 trillion naira, and he is still actively maneuvering in the political arena.
1 trillion naira. Think about how that just destroys your faith in the system as a citizen. You're watching an official accused of stealing unimaginable wealth just go about their business. How does this compare to, say, international standards? The source mentioned China, right?
Yeah, the source draws a direct parallel to China to highlight the absurdity here. In the Chinese system, state financial crimes face swift, severe penalties, like the very next day.
No messing around at all.
Exactly. The commentator uses this international comparison to show why citizen frustration in Nigeria is just boiling over. Seeing global standards completely ignored at home hollows out any trust you have in government institutions.
And this immunity doesn't just keep people out of prison, it actively perverts the democratic process itself. After 8 years as governor, Yahaya Bello isn't stepping down to clear his name in court.
No, the source notes he is actually running for a 2026 senatorial seat now.
Is this even about public service anymore? Or is running for office under these conditions turning the ballot box into a getaway car?
It's definitely functioning as a safe haven. It highlights this historical pattern where political figures secure new positions just to evade trial.
Right. The video points out a glaring logic gap. If someone couldn't improve a state with supreme executive power over 8 years, what are they actually going to achieve as a senator?
It's a great question. Allowing accused officials on the ballot completely undermines democratic governance.
But what about the opposition? The source mentions a political opponent, Natasha, who was trying to fight this corruption. Why isn't that gaining traction?
Well, this is where the source makes a really crucial point about effective opposition. The commentator dismisses Natasha's efforts as overly emotional.
Emotional in what way?
Basically, she failed to bring the receipts, the hard, undeniable evidence. In a system heavily fueled by party loyalty, public outrage just isn't enough.
So emotional appeals fail. You need airtight, documented evidence to pierce that kind of armor.
Exactly. Without that, personal political ambition completely overshadows public responsibility.
So we're seeing unchecked financial misconduct and party-based immunity fracture the nation. And the consequences fall entirely on ordinary citizens left with nothing.
Yeah, democratic tools are essentially being weaponized for self-preservation instead of actual governance.
It leaves you with a really unsettling question to chew on. If legal systems are this easily bypassed just by joining the right political faction, what alternative mechanisms can a society create to hold its leaders accountable, before the damage becomes irreversible?